Welcome to Callisto's Dream. In this video, I'll walk you through a quiz application. Back in university, I wanted to build something of my own. So I started this quiz application as a personal project. The app is built using Java, Java Swing, Java AWT, and the collections framework. I designed it from scratch using my own ideas to shape how the app looks, behaves, and feels. The app currently supports creating multiple choice quizzes, saving the quizzes locally on the device, playing quizzes in 3 different modes, and showing a score summary at the end. So let's start with a walkthrough. This is the home screen. It offers 4 buttons: Create, Edit, Play, and Exit. These were created using JButton class in Swing. So, clicking Create takes us to the quiz creation interface. Here, the app asks for a quiz name, the number of questions, and how many answer options each question should have. Here, text inputs are handled with JText field, labels with JLabel, and numeric inputs with JSpinner. The quiz name has to follow basic file naming conventions, so no symbols, no spaces, and it can't start with a number. So if you enter something invalid, let's say a symbol or a space, then the app shows an error pop-up to guide you. Now, let's name this quiz Maths Quiz. Next, we set the number of questions. So let's go with 5. The maximum limit for the number of questions is 250. I chose that because, well, anything more would probably be an overkill. Now we need to set how many options each question will have. Let's stick to 2 options per question for this demo. The maximum number of options each question could have is 50, but I don't think anyone would ever need that many. Anyway, clicking Create takes us to the next stage, where we need to enter the questions and the answers. So you need to enter your question here. For example, let's go with a maths question, that is 2 plus 4 times 3 equals question mark. Then type in the options. So say 24, which is the correct option, and 26, which is wrong option. Next, select the correct option's number. Since 24 is our first option, we'll mark option 1 as the answer. Clicking Save takes us to the next question, and we repeat this until all 5 questions are filled out. Once we finish the last question, we get a success pop-up. Back at the main menu, let's choose Play. This brings us to a screen where we can select one of the available quizzes. So these are all the quizzes that were created by the user. And if you try to proceed without selecting anything, the app will prompt you with a reminder pop-up. Let's select Maths Quiz and continue. Now we arrive at the mode selection screen. Here, there are 3 available modes. First is the relaxed mode, second is timed mode, and third is timed mode plus. In the relaxed mode, there are no time limits, so the player can play the quiz as per their time. In the timed mode, the quiz must be finished within the given time frame. For example, if we set a timer for 10 minutes, then the quiz must be finished within this limit, or else the quiz will be submitted automatically. And then there is a third mode, which is timed mode plus. This is the hardest mode out of the 3, and the reason for that is that the question itself is timed. So if we set the timer for 30 seconds, then the player has to answer each question within 30 seconds. And if the player is unable to solve the question within those 30 seconds, then the quiz will automatically move on to next question without submitting any answer. The mode selection is handled through a toggle button that switches between the 3. Each mode has default time values that you can adjust as required. The timed mode has 15 minutes as the default timer, and the timed mode plus has 45 seconds per question as the default timer. Once a mode is chosen, it cannot be changed mid-quiz. So, for this demo, let's go with timed mode plus. Let's set the timer for 25 seconds per question and then hit the play button. Here is how the quiz looks in action. You can select your answer here and then click save and next. As mentioned before, if we run out of time here, then we are moved on to the next question. Here, the options are displayed using the J option pane. After answering all the questions, or therefore running out of time, the score screen appears. The score screen features a colored meter, green for high scores, red for low, and other colors in between depending on the performance. There are 4 buttons here: play another quiz, replay the same quiz, exit, or go back to the main menu. So that's it for the demo. Now let me explain a bit about how this app stores data. The quizzes are saved as .ser files, that's Java's built-in serialization format. These files store all the internal data structures such as the lists and the nested lists, which are used for questions, options, and the answers. Internally, each question is stored as a string in a list. The options for each are stored in a nested list, and the correct answers are saved separately in another list. These data structures help evaluate the player's score when they complete the quiz. When you play a quiz, these files are deserialized to fetch and display the content. All quizzes are saved locally in the folder called User Saved Quizzes. This means you can share your .ser files with others and play the same quiz on another device. I chose this system over a database because I wanted something simple and easily portable. But of course, the downside is if the .ser file gets lost or corrupted, the quiz is gone forever. Still, for a personal project, it worked quite well. And that was the quiz application. The edit quiz feature is still a work in progress, so maybe I'll revisit that someday. If you'd like to explore the project or check out the source code, the GitHub link is in the description. Feel free to use it, remix it, or take inspiration. If you'd like a deeper dive into the code, I can always make a follow-up video, or feel free to reach out via LinkedIn or socials. All the links are given below, and if you found this video interesting or helpful, consider liking or subscribing. It really helps support my creative projects here on Callisto's Dream. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.